Hi, it's me again, the unknown pundit, with a segment of Up Yours. And now, for the moment, I'd like to remark on a couple of things that you may have heard mentioned in the news today. So, this isn't going to be news breaking or anything. I just wanted to talk about a couple things that prodded my reaction. And I want to give you a scenario. By the way, I've already mentioned previously that I'm blocking part of the screen here just for the slightest nuance of anonymity, because in today's world, certainly in America, expressing an opinion that doesn't coincide with MAGA can be dangerous. You can get attacked legally, if not physically, and as much as I want to speak out, I also don't want to put myself or my family through the bullshit that happens with MAGA whenever they hear something they don't like. But let me give you a scenario to put everything else in context. Remember back in elementary school, if you had a school teacher like I had some, did you have one of those teachers who, when you did really good at homework, that when they graded your paper, maybe they gave you that little shiny star that they would stick on it, saying you did a good job? Or maybe they didn't give you one because you didn't try very hard and you didn't deserve it, but yet you still wanted one. You wanted that gold star, but they didn't give it to you. So imagine, if you will, that because you didn't get the recognition from the teacher that you desired, you now go and get some of your hoodlum friends and go attack the school system because of a teacher who didn't give you the respect you wanted. That, as ludicrous as it sounds, is exactly what is happening with our perv president, who has just acknowledged that his threats on Greenland are a byproduct of the fact he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize he wanted. So the petulant little child is having a tantrum on the world stage now, willing to go to war with a NATO partner, one of our earliest of NATO partners, Denmark, that possesses Greenland. Greenland is their possession. It's not for us to just go in and take. Nor is Canada. And of course, Venezuela wasn't right either. But the little baby didn't get his ass kissed the way the bumpkins of his cabinet do. So now he's having a fit. A bad man can't make for a good president. And maybe you heard the interview where a reporter asked Trump, what's to stop you from doing everything you want to do internationally? Is there anything that can stop you as a guardrail from doing things beyond, maybe even beyond what laws allow? What's to stop you? And Humpty Trumpty's answer, my own sense of morality. And this is coming from a man who cheated on his Euro whore wife, Melanoma, with a porn star slut while his wife was pregnant with somebody's child, because there's some speculation that Barron Trump isn't even Trump's child. Only Melanoma knows for sure. So the fact that a guy who used his private club in Palm Beach as a recruiting ground for the trafficking of young girls, a man whose sense of morality allowed him to commit corporate fraud, commit sexual abuse, which he's been found guilty of by a jury of his peers. And that's not politics. That's just people weighing evidence in a court of law and coming to the conclusion this man is guilty of sexual abuse, fraud, and worse, a probable pedophile whose best friends were pedophiles, claiming that as some sense of morality will stop him from doing all the shit he wants to do. He's got as much sense of morality as the public toilet in the Waffle House at 3 a.m. And I'm not denigrating the Waffle House. I'm just saying those toilets are not the most pristine, pure examples of cleanliness, morality, and neither is Trumpy. A man who will not honor the vows to his wife will not honor his oath of office. This is a man with no moral compass, threatening an ally nation because his poor little ego was bruised. That's who you've put into office, MAGA. Are you willing to have your family serve in the military just to attack someone who didn't give the bloated bleach blonde con job the respect he wanted? Okay, I'll see you again next time with more things to think about. Consider, as our nation is getting crippled by the cringe of a cruel creep with no credibility except with members of his cult who look at him as a god worthy of autographing Bibles that he's never read, is trying to make a buck off by selling for $50 a pop a Bible printed in China by a man who has compared himself to Christ. And rest assured, when that war starts, you won't see Trump anywhere near the battlefield, the coward. And it won't be any of his crony friends who have family in the service either, because they'll worm out of it just like they do. I'll see you next time.